are for entertainment purposes only, and everything said is alleged. Allegedly. How's everybody doing? Let's see. I'm going to try to do both Twitch and YouTube simultaneously, y'all. Okay. Uh-oh. Pardon me, y'all. I'm trying to set up my other phone. So I'm going to try to do them both. We're going to see what happens. Hey, Twitch. Welcome to Allegedly Fridays, where all things said are alleged. Allegedly, honey. I'm over here and I'm also on YouTube. So let me make sure it's not hiding the chat over here. Because y'all know Twitch be doing some things to me. There we go. So Twitch, I still can't read what y'all saying because it's literally black bubbles and black words. But I'm streaming from both you and YouTube tonight. I like the Twitch stream better. It seems clearer to me, but okay. So yes, Tori had the press conference. Kelsey did it. I didn't see any press conference today. Where can I find it? Because I've been super, super busy all day. I've had a really long day. I haven't even been messaged about that all day. You're the first person to say anything about that. What press conference? Not one umbrella has said anything to me about it, babe. If somebody can send it to me. You're talking about something old. The bodyguard, that was months ago. That's not new. Yeah, that's not new. That's old. I thought you were telling me something new happened. That was last year actually. Don't be getting our heart racing and getting us all excitable and whatnot. That's old, baby. That was from like, I want to say, was that like last summer? Last spring, last summer. That's throwback. No, you ain't got to side eye your daughter. She probably didn't know. That's old. And we gonna see some news coming out by next month though. Expect some news coming out in early spring. Hey babe, how are you? I gotta throw kisses over here to Twitch because I can't read what y'all saying. I love y'all though. Matter of fact, I'm a cheat. Hold on. This what we gonna do. I'm gonna go to Stream Manager. My camera is just gonna be behind, but I can read what y'all saying in Stream Manager. Let me see if that works. Thank y'all for y'all patience. There we go. Okay. So I can read it in Stream Manager. My camera is just going to be behind because I'm in Stream Manager over here. But you said no audio. Hold on. They always doing something to me over here. Hold on. Can y'all hear me now? Y'all just gonna have to meet me on YouTube. Alrighty. We just gonna close Twitch out. I ain't about to go through all this stress, y'all. I tried. Alrighty, I tried, y'all. They mess with me every week. This has been like for a month straight. I gotta talk to somebody like behind the scenes or something, because that don't make no sense. Yes, Mona Lisa counting the munyon. Y'all see, I tried. They just keep on messing with me. They don't want me to be great over there. You said Twitch is gonna have to see me. We gonna figure this out. If I gotta email somebody over there to see what's going on, because it's something with the sound and with the what do you call it, the chat, to where I can't read what's being said because all the bubbles are black and the words are black. So we're here, and y'all, I told y'all that February was going to be a key. Yes, February 13th. I probably should have wore the other shirt that I had, the horror shirt where he said loved it today, but either way. So as we see, Stefan was in court this morning, and baby, his lawyer said not today. Thank you, said the nails of fire. I appreciate you. Yeah, Twitch gonna have to figure it out. We gonna talk to somebody over at Twitch, because that's crazy. And I'm literally like less than, I want to say less than 240 something people away from being able to save everything. So they got to get that together, because I like the vibe of Twitch, but we'll get it together. So his lawyer said not today. Y'all, you got to think about what the hell is going on for his lawyers to literally back out the night before he goes to court. I believe it was the night before he going to court. Some reports say hours before they went to court. Others say the night before. What in the world is in those documents that they feel is against their higher judgment and makes it unethical for them to go forward with him? What was the development for his lawyers to say, no, thank you? That says a lot. Your lawyers to just, disappear in the 11th hour for a case this big. You said Twitch was working just fine before you press something. Actually, it wasn't, babe. I still couldn't read what y'all were saying. If I can't read what y'all saying, it takes away from a lot of the experience. It's literally black bubbles with black words in it. We got to get all of that together because last week it said that everybody couldn't hear me either. So I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to play around with it a bit, send some emails to whoever I need to give some emails to so they can correct it. Also, you say he got released from his team. I told y'all after Super Bowl everything was going downhill. Now shout out to baby girl who picked the Seahawks. She was right. Looks like Cardi has dropped the restraining order on Offset. I doubt if Cardi hired the lawyers. We're not talking about a scrub here. This man makes $68 million a year. He's fully capable to afford his own legal team. And that would be stupid to break up with her and to still go to court with lawyers that she's paid for. Speaking of getting dropped, word on the curb is allegedly Jay-Z got dropped from his contract with Apple Music halftime show for the NFL. So it feels like everybody got the dropsies right now. And I noticed as soon as that started to circulate, we get Beyonce with the soft blonde bob in the middle part, taking pictures on the plane, looking very high end for no reason, being personable. And it made me think, how in the world are we getting pictures of her on the same day that he allegedly got dropped from the Apple Music halftime job? Is this a way to distract people so that, not the sympathy bob, y'all are funny. Is this a way to distract people so that nobody pays attention to the story? So if, she puts these pictures out with the extra snatched waist and the blonde bob giving rich woman realness on the jet, that nobody would report about him losing his job allegedly. And then we get a whole photo dump dedicated to Kelly Rowland for her birthday. Now, something that I found very peculiar about this photo dump. For the first time ever, Kelly's mother, her birth mother, was prominent in this photo dump. It's been very, very odd, very weird how they always put Mama Tina in the front with Kelly as if Kelly is her daughter. Finally, Bay does the photo drop, does this photo dump, this whole collage to Kelly, and we finally see Kelly's actual mother, which I haven't seen a picture of Kelly with her mother in years. It's even harder to find a picture of Kelly with her dad. So I thought that was very peculiar. Thank you, Daphne. Yes, this is Mona Lisa on my shirt, baby. And she got the long nails. Hold on, let me put some love on here. She got the long nails counting her money. No, Solange don't get that much energy from her sister at all. No, Kelly's mother passed away years ago. I don't know if her father's still alive. but I know her mother passed away years ago. They um they did an interview where they showed a picture. I tried to do Twitch tonight, babe. It was problems with the sound and all the weird stuff was occurring. So we just here. So yeah, it was a photo shoot that they did where they had, Kelly with both Tina and her mom. Okay, so her dad is alive. That's good to know. No, the man they said is her father is not Matthew. There are pictures out there of her and him together, but I've only seen one picture of her and her father. And it was years down the line when I saw it. He's a caramel complected man. His complexion is not too far from mine. He wears glasses, caramel complected man. But her mother passed away years ago. If I'm not mistaken, I believe her mother passed away from cancer. But they did a photo shoot with her actual mother and Tina Knowles together for a magazine. And then shortly after that, her mother passed away. So that for me was just like, what's happening here? Because she's, in my opinion, she's been leaning on Kelly a whole hell of a lot lately. You popping up at all of those damn Brandy shows like you're working in the show. Made it the whole situation uncomfortable. Now you're doing this whole montage dedicated to Kelly. Like, what is happening that all of a sudden there's a power shift here? The dynamic is shifting, and you're using Kelly, once again, in my opinion, as a kickstand. Now, I feel like Kelly's career was stifled and she's been playing the background for way too long. She's super talented, amazing vocalist, but she's pigeonholed. So here it is. Kelly has the chance to step out on her own, especially after this Boy Is Mine tour, and finally taste success on her own without being overshadowed. And here you come, standing in front of her again. Now, would you be over there all up in Kelly's face if you felt more confident about the direction of where things were going for you right now in your life? I don't really think so. And here's a bigger thing: having a voice that could sing rock and sing gospel usually takes the type of pipes that come from people that can sing out of the black church. Can Beyonce sing? Yes, but it's more of a pop type vocal. Kelly has those heavy, soulful alto to mezzo soprano gospel chords. And if you can sing gospel, you can sing rock. So I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that she could be getting close to Kelly so that Kelly can sing those riffs and those rock chords to help bridge the gaps where she lacks. Because Beyonce does have a nice voice, she does, but she doesn't have a soulful voice. She doesn't have a rock gospel voice. And you need that type of energy when you sing rock. Oh, thank you, Joey. Said I ain't listened to Kelly since Dirty Laundry. Kelly's got some good projects. Said, oh wow, didn't know her mama was unalive. That makes so much sense why they have her brainwashed to be a cheerleader. Well, her mother passed away in her adult years, but um, Kelly has been up under them since she was a child, since she was 10 years old. So um, I just thought that was very, very strange that out of that birthday dump of all those pictures, after all these years, you want to acknowledge her mother. You never publicly put out any pictures acknowledging her mother before. It's always been your mother is her mother. So maybe she's teasing a DC3 comeback. At this point, I would think that is necessary because it feels like people are getting bored with Beyonce. The nostalgia of Destiny Child as a group would be electrifying right now because there are no girl groups that are dominant in this day and age. And people love nostalgia. So it's already been kind of like a rift with the girls who, you know, got together to have dinner with Matthew because y'all know that they can't do Destiny Child Reloaded without Matthew because Matthew owns the rights to everything that has to do with Destiny Child. He owns the name, he owns the trademarks, everything. So to do Destiny Child Reloaded, they would have to go back up under her dad. Said I would feel downplayed. You want to use us now that you're down on your luck and out of options. Said that's why when they did the Destiny Child reunion at Beyonce's tour, they couldn't do the whole songs. Right. Not without a sign off from Matthew. Everything that has to do with Destiny Child, you got to go through Matthew. Said if they can get the two original back, that would be great. They got all the girls back together, and then it fell apart when they went to dinner because Matthew got into it with one of the originals, and according to her, it got heated at the table, and she stormed out. So, but I mean, for me, I'm with Austin. Don't come in and dust my ass off and get me off the shelf when you feel like you need something to pep up your life. It's different when the relationship has been you know open on all ends. Said she might want to steer clear of him. He know all of their little secrets. Well, y'all, we gonna get off into all of these things that we're mentioning. Yeah, I heard she's trying to do music with Chloe as well. And if I was Chloe, I would feel some type of way. You've had me on the shelf. And Chloe is an amazing talent. An amazing talent. Her and her sister. Is no reason why those sisters' career should not be way bigger than it is with the amount of talent that they both have. The vocality between those sisters is amazing. They can sing R&B, they can sing gospel, they can sing jazz, they can sing opera. It's really not much that they can't perform. So it just it's just weird to me, and I've never been a fan of artists signing to artists. Never been a fan of artists signing to artists because usually when artists sign to artists, the bigger artist that signs them is always more focused on their own career than they are the artist that they sign. And then they, put a song out with them or put their little influence in there and then they just sit them down somewhere. Thank you. Many blessings to you. Uh-oh, trying to put some love on this. God give it back to her tenfold. So I'm never a fan of artists signing to artists because it seems to stifle an artist when they sign to another artist because those artists are so busy, and then when they step away from being busy, they will cherry pick all the music that they want you to work on so that you make their project the biggest and best project off the label, and then when your time comes, you get all the scraps. Like, I'll give you an example. Shauna, crazy MC. She worked with Luda, gave Luda some of the biggest hits of his career with, all the songs that she's been on with him, even though, he brought her in, right? When it came time for Shauna to get her album out, she got one hit, and then the rest of that album sounded like somebody was playing on a damn Casio in the basement, which was not fair because she's too good of an artist to get mediocre treatment. Said them artists be still in their craft and keep them on the shelf. Said Jolene is sucking the talent and the life out of them. Said she's trying to use folks, not the folks ain't really feeling. Yeah. Yeah, pure greed. Said didn't Chloe and Halle signed a 6 album deal for only $500,000? That was a shady deal from the start. Um, shoot, a lot of artists don't even get a $500,000. Be surprised. And see, between the both of them and them as a group, they got the talent to knock out a 6 album deal. If me and my sister were to put something out and they said we got to do 6 albums, then we both can write and you can produce, we gonna go in that lab. Okay, let's knock out 2 albums for us as a group. Let's put together 2 albums for you by yourself and 2 albums for me by myself. We will be knocking them out back to back to back. Within 4 years, we've got that 6 album out, 6 album deal out. That's just like Tupac got signed to Death Row for a 3 album deal to get him out of prison. He knocked out the first 2 as a double CD first week coming out of prison. Hey, Citrified. Everybody, my sister's in the chat. Her name is Citrified. And if you are interested in herbalist and things that you can do naturally to heal your health, go on over there and check her out. We are loud and country as a family. I think you would enjoy yourself. And you find some good tips over there. He said, I forgot her dad. Yeah, Shauna's dad is a blues singer, right? So Chloe and Halle struggled to put up their first LP. Parkwood stalled it. I think they stalled it on purpose because what I just said to you, they know that they're capable of doing that. So to pace them out, to make sure that they don't slide straight through and knock those 6 out right quick, put the brakes on them. Oh, love you back. Yeah, they put the brakes on them. I'm not about to let you pull a Tupac on me and then you go and knock out project, and you done. And now you can go independent and take your money and sign yourself and do your own deals and now be my competition. They should have had way more music out by now. I remember when B came out and she said that she remembers seeing the girls on YouTube, and it was her first time seeing them, and she knew she had to work with them. And people was tearing her ass up in them comments, like, "Girl, you were with them in the Fighting Temptations. How the hell you gonna act like you just seen these girls for the first time and Fighting Temptations? There go little Chloe right there in the church." Said Shauna has a very rich voice, and her cadence is crazy. When I tell you her cadence, said, I don't care what nobody say, Chloe can sing better than Beyonce. So she hurried up and brought her up her competition out before they got big. Interesting. Um, they definitely have way more time to grow vocally. And not only, because I do believe Chloe and Halle have stronger voices than Beyonce, but you got to understand their voices were like that as little girls. So when you think about all this time they have to build their voices, and those voices are only going to get bigger, better, and stronger, she's not going to be able to outsing them, and she doesn't have to, because everybody has their own fan bases. You know, it's enough room for everybody, more than enough room for everybody. But I do believe it's something to what you said for sure. Said it's frustrating with Chloe because why are you dressing as that woman for Halloween? You were told you had to do that. um I still feel like Chloe is finding her way. I mean, super talented. I love to see her sit down on her YouTube channel where she goes and she's at her beat machine and she's at the keyboard and she's watch, you get to watch her build her beats and come up with her ideas and do her samples, and then she records herself and samples herself in the tracks. Like, I love watching her whole creative process. But I do believe that she's being stifled, and I would hate for her to miss her window because she's been sitting on the shelf so long, waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And it's like, for what at this point? Said, think about this, sis. Right now, Coco Jones is being pushed because she has a great team. Chloe needs to wake up and pay attention. Chloe is afraid to ruffle feathers of those that are against her. Um, Chloe and her sister need to get them a very good lawyer and get out of that deal. But I think they're afraid that if they push back, they'll be pushed out of the industry, and then what will they do? And say, yes, I love seeing her in her zone. D Blue, not Bay Snake. No, that stalled her success. Said it's not too late for Chloe. She can always uh, go the Maya route if she's ever even to get free. But here's the thing: you're not always going to be able to go the Maya route, and we don't know what all Maya had to go through and what she had to fight through to stay afloat until she can get to a certain point. So it definitely can be too late. You can miss your window, and when you miss your window, the energy is not the same, and people don't receive you the same because the you're no longer fitting into whatever that trend is at that time, especially when you have such a unique talent. Said when she redid that song Minute Man on her album, all I can hear was Beyonce, but better notes. You can tell they got some of Beyonce's training. Baby, they didn't need Beyonce's training. They outsang her as little girls. I promise you that. Now, I'm not going to say she doesn't have a grand appreciation for Beyonce, because I believe she does. But she don't need no training from Beyonce. Beyonce need to sit down and train with her, because both of their voices are far beyond Beyonce's voice. Said, remember Chloe said stuff like in the Sinners movie was happening. She definitely says she can identify with Sinners for sure. Said, I think Chloe can be a star. She just needs a better management and also a different label. I totally agree. I feel like not only was Chloe put on the shelf, I feel like her competition was shelved as well, because Think about it. If you had Chloe on this side and Normani on that side, the both of them would have been great when it comes to PR, marketing them against one another and even putting them on tours together. Imagine how electrifying the shows would be watching the way these girls dance, let alone sing on the stage. Like they're both acrobatic. I mean, just it would be sick to see the both of them perform on the same show. He said Chloe be whistleblowing. She be wanting to blow the whistle, but she's scared. I mean, she got a reason to be. Said people think Bay wants Blue Ivy to take her place, but can Blue Ivy even sing? Has anyone heard her sing yet? Baby, this industry don't give a damn about if you can sing. Look at half the people that are famous right now. Half of them that rap can't rap. Half of them that's supposed to sing can't damn sing. Half the dancers can't really do a two-step. It's about marketing and PR. They tell you who's hot. They don't let you pick who's hot. They pick what goes in the algorithm. It's finally getting to the point to where you have to be talented because the marketing budgets are too expensive for the majors to try to keep pushing people that people don't want to buy anymore. Said Normani has been very quiet. Yeah, it's like, she can't get any love. Because after she did that song with that video last year where she did that homage pretty much to Aaliyah in that video, there's no reason that she shouldn't have been on tour and doing more late night shows and out here because Sean Bankhead, baby, he laid it out for that choreography in that Normani video. Normani, oh my God, that video, Wild Side, was crazy. Said I believe physical copies made more money than digital copies, so they really want the artists that can really sell physical copies. Yes, especially. It's funny you say that. Right now, there's a surge of vinyls and tapes being bought. People are very nostalgic right now. Everybody wants tapes, they want CDs, they want vinyls. All of the stuff that was popping in the 90s is now, making its way back big time. So pay attention to how many people are selling vinyls right now. Said I hate that this sis had Normani. She paid for her own video too. Wild Side. That video was amazing. That choreography. Listen, I'm gonna get off of here and go back and rewatch that video because when I tell you, like she got screwed over all the way around. Aaliyah's uncle, he wrong for how he did that girl. He should have just had them sign paperwork for an extrapolation. Let her go ahead, have her moment with that song. You get your money off of it for letting her do a rendition of Aaliyah's song, but you stifled her. Really, I feel like he's killing Aaliyah's memory because he's been, holding her music hostage until recently. Like, why is it nobody in the family able to go by and slap him across the back of the head a little bit? Because he is very greedy when it comes to Aaliyah's catalog and her memory. And I just feel like it's from a negative place. Why are you stifling her estate after all that she went through to get her career off of the ground? We should be able to put money into her estate and purchase her music and listen to her on all streaming platforms without a problem. Yeah, she ate that choreography up on Wild Side. Baby, when she hit that split, that reverse split, I literally had to freeze my TV, run it back, and get up and watch it again. I said, did she just hit the James Brown on me? Like, imagine what Wild Side would have been like with a production tour budget. And you see that on a stage with a good production budget. That would have been sick. Said he doesn't want to give her mother or father no money. Unfortunately, Aaliyah's father passed away, but at the end of the day, that was their child, not his. So it's just, baby, the way some of these people family act be just utterly ridiculous. And to me, in my opinion, he's a greedy son of a bitch. And he's really dismantled what could have been an even bigger legacy because he's selfish. Said, I wish people would understand rich people have already made money. They keep making money because they think about the future for their kids and their grandkids. Barry Hankerson is, ugh, just pissed me off just thinking about him. And then you tried to take JoJo and make her the new Beyonce. I mean, excuse me, not Beyonce. You tried to take JoJo and make her the new Aaliyah. Had her hair styled like Aaliyah, tried to dress her like Aaliyah. We didn't need JoJo to be the new Aaliyah. JoJo is dope on her own. Why couldn't you let JoJo have her own energy, her own flair, but then you stifled her career because you wanted her to be the next Aaliyah instead of just letting Aaliyah's memory be what it was and moving on and letting your new artists do what they do. But y'all, let's get some cards going. You said I totally agree with you about Chloe, Armani, and it's so dope and their dancing is crazy. Yeah, I mean, think about if you could have got them to do a collab where it's like that Shine Bankhead type choreography in the video and the both of them perform together. Magic. I feel like both of them were stifled. So hold on. So said I still listen to Wild Side. Wild Side is dope. We just say we came with nothing, leave with everything. That's how greedy people can be. So let me see. What am I going to tap into first? Lord have mercy. Let's do Cardi dropping a restraining order on Offset. Would you say thank you, Angel? Because sometimes the autocorrect be having me sounding crazy on here. Listen, I am Bougetto. I find my way in between. I think I can figure out what you mean. At least I get close. You said adding Cardi on Wild Side ruined it for me. I don't think Cardi did bad on Wild Side. I just think that Wild Side in itself was a total vibe. I think it was a total vibe. That you stop that shit talking about Belle Tears. There you go again. Oh my God. Okay. Show me the energy behind Cardi dropping a restraining order on Offset and letting him get his children back. Ooh. Oh, we got a jumper. Somebody escaped. Oh, wait a minute. Got stuck here. So Three of Wands in reverse talks about an opportunity deferred. So this feels like this was something that may have been out of necessity. Feels like somebody's hand may have felt forced. King of Wands, we know that, you know, her husband and Stefan are both King of Wands. So it's like a lost opportunity with the King of Wands. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that this is Stefan. So literally, lost opportunity. with the King of Wands. Two of Cups. Yes, baby, look. Lost opportunity with a soulmate. And we see who she thought the soulmate was, and that didn't quite work out too well. So, Three of Pentacles, the relationship. Going to the altar and we're going to get married. Baby, if the nails ain't for you, you know you don't have to be here, right? You can go find something else to do. Mm-hmm. So we got a lot of anxiety here. Restless nights, a lot of anxiety and worrying over money. Okay? So what's going on with this money? What you say? They always worried about my nails. That, or they like to tell me my wig is crooked, even though I'm not wearing a wig. But whoever they are, thank you for your engagement, your click, and your view. Would you say she did? King of Cups and the Moon. So King of Cups talks about being very, very deep in your feelings and emotions and not being able to speak, not being able to share how you feel. The Moon talks about keeping things a secret. Oh, you said you're behind in the live. Hey, jump in where you can. Keeping things a secret. So it's like she's very deep in her feelings. She's going through a lot of anxiety. She's like drowning into her emotions, but she's keeping it secret, which, oh, okay. Let the sirens go by. She's keeping it a secret, which I'm not surprised about. I mean, breakups are hard. Breakups are hard. So, you know, when people go through emotional things when they break up. Okay. Oh, okay. That's a whole mini series. Wait a damn minute. So we got the independent woman here. Okay. King of Swords. She's still worried about something with legalities, allegedly, because you know we on allegedly Wednesdays, well, allegedly Fridays, child. Where all things said are alleged, allegedly. You said sirens going off for what's about to pop off in the media when the announcement gets made about what's happening between them, baby. Listen, so legal issues, something with lawyers coming pretty soon. Has to do with possible paternity, the father of her child, also legal troubles attached to him. Um, that makes sense because this current, situation, she was told to leave the ex-employee alone, the chef. And y'all, this is looking like Stefan is going to have to drop down and then pay a pretty penny to bring this situation to rest. But he better be careful because depending on what comes out in court, this could lead to further legal problems, which could lead to criminal charges. Right now, this is about civil, but depending on what's found civilly, it can always end up becoming criminal. And we have to remember his lawyers literally just bailed on him. Your lawyers are not going to bail on you at the last second unless one or two things happen. They feel like your case is a case that can't be won because of evidence that just popped up that is completely damning, or you can't pay that damn budget. So I don't think his problem is money. I think some evidence popped up and that evidence got him looking real, real sketchy. And if it's something where they feel like, there's some things, some I want to say some undeniable, unrefutable evidence, then that makes sense for the lawyers to stand down, because then it would also be about ethics as well. So we're looking at trying to worry about manifesting going in a new direction. So at this point, this feels like Cardi is trying to manifest going in a new direction, trying to get as far away or twice removed from Stefan. But she's not going to be able to get away as far as she wants to be, because remember, I just said there are still some legal things pending. Said maybe Cardi got them for him and they left due to conflict of interest. We're gonna ask that question, because you're not the first person that said that. Did not you just see him with his apple bottom jeans? Was it an open court? I live in Boston. My nosy self could have attended to see the inside tea. I believe it was. They were streaming. So did Cardi pay for these lawyers? Did Cardi pay for these lawyers? That's even... Did Cardi pay for these lawyers, child? Whoever's in my tarot class. I seen somebody say the NFL paid for it. Baby, the NFL ain't gonna pay for nothing like this. But what they will do is be very, very quiet until they see how this turns out. This has nothing to do with them. This was an off-site event. They are not getting involved in any of his shenanigans that happened off-site. Child, I'm floored, because here it is. You got the independent woman, Nine of Pentacles, is somebody who's operating as if they're a single woman, but it looks like there's issues with worrying about financial stability. And y'all, look, hold on, tarot class people, look at this. Look at this. The independent woman, the King of Swords, which would represent lawyers, law firm, the Emperor, which is the father or the baby daddy, and Six of Pentacles. Girl, did he spend any money on you? I'm just asking for me. At this point, he looks like a very well-kept man, allegedly. Child, and you talking about your tour was off budget, and then what? What is this? And speaking of that tour, y'all, who saw that chair dance? Who saw that chair dance, y'all? Who saw that chair dance? Baby, ooh, that chair dance looked like arthritis, bursitis, with a side of 2 couch pillows. I could not believe my eyes, and I had on 4 of them. Girl, you used to strip when? I thought strippers were limber. and sexy and who? What was that? Mm-mm. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Pam. How much did they pay in that front row to see you damn near crack your back trying to lean backwards in that chair? Child. Can we get Pilates, please? Can you get into yoga? Because I know that shapewear ain't had you looking all rigor mortisy like that. Mm-mm. I got back problems and I ain't even that damn stiff. Goodness gracious. Huh. Show me the energy between Cardi and Offset, please and thank you. Yeah, she got up slow. I almost didn't make it, baby. Empress and Judgment. Lord, 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 Lord. Say it ain't so, ma'am. Say it ain't so. Hold on, y'all. It look like Stefan ain't gonna be the only one expecting another baby in the near future. Now I don't know how near in the future Cardi gonna be knocked, but expect some more children from her. Expect some more children from her. You got the judgment card at the bottom of the deck. I don't know how soon it's coming, but expect some more children. Not child, children. She needs to be very careful because her decisions right now are very pivotal. It's like she went from having fortune to opportunities slowing down and the money not coming in like it used to. So she needs to make some very, very good financial decisions right now because it feels like there's a dry spell coming as far as financial gain. Now, I will say this. She just come out with a new hair company. I believe it's like a hair oil and like a I guess a shampoo and conditioner line. That should do well for Cardi. She has a head full of thick, beautiful hair. So you got to give tens where tens are due. Her hair is healthy, it's long, it's full, it's thick. I think she should be able to do very well in the hair care market um, because people are going to want the type of hair growth that she has. If you remember Cardi early in her career, her hair wouldn't grow past a certain point. So she's done a lot to grow her hair out, and her hair looks good. It does. I got to give it to her. She takes the wig off. Her hair is just as long as mine. It's practically almost waist length. So that should work well for her because people will buy it just to see if it works. Let me see what y'all talking about. Hey, Millie the Mystic Babe, how are you? Said per the NFL, Stefan Diggs has been released, y'all. Damn, you the second one to say that. So allegedly, Jay-Z got fired on his day off. Stefan got fired on his day off. Her being Latino ain't got nothing to do with her hair being long. Everybody that is Latin and Latinx don't have long hair. And Cardi has a coarser grade of hair. The curlier your hair is, the more moisture it needs, the more conditioning it needs, and the easier it is to be brittle and break off. So let's not do that. Cause I damn near sit on my hair, and I got people in my family got like literally just enough hair to cover a Nerf ball. We can't assume that everybody has all of this hair just because it's from another ethnicity. Said I got a lot of hair and I'm black. Tell them now. Tell them now. Yeah, with like right. We tell them, sis, whatever she's doing is working. We got to tell the truth. Her hair was not always like that. You got go back to Cardi's yearbook picture when that hair was right here and it looked like it wouldn't hold the curl. It was. You know how Luther Vandross had the C curl because his hair wouldn't make the rest of the S. Her hair was like that. It looked like it was dry. It was brittle, and it looked damaged. Whatever she has been doing to her hair in the last, I want to say 5, 6 years, her hair is very, very healthy, is thick, and is gorgeous. So I got to give her credit where credit is due. So Angel, my hair is long, and I don't use the same regimen she uses for her hair. I've been using the same regimen my grandma and aunties and mothers been doing, and I'm not bald headed. Well, baby, it works. Bottle it up and sell it. You said my curls big curly. I be sending Angel my hair fixed like she a modeling agency. It listen, the waves be waving now. Yeah, said Cardi's diet got better. And see, that's another thing. You have to have proper hydration and you have to have proper nutrition for you to sustain hair and nail growth. If you're not eating properly and you're not having enough water, you're deficient in minerals, your body is heavy in parasites, you're not going to be able to grow hair. Hormonal imbalances, problems with your thyroid, you're not going to be able to grow hair. You have to eat better, you have to be fully hydrated, and you need to do parasitic flushes. And for God's sakes, trim those dead ass ends. Because if you don't trim that heat damaged hair or those dead ends, your hair is never going to grow in a healthy way because it's always going to keep breaking and breaking and breaking. So we got to give credit where credit is due. Her hair looks great. So what's a sign of problem with thyroid? I'm just curious. Sunken in or bulging eyes, having issues with your edges where your edges or your hair starts to thin out, feeling very, very tired, problems with your reproductive organs, not being able to reproduce. Yes, there we go. Excessive weight gain and swelling. Yes. Feeling way more tired after you wake up than you did before you went to bed. So the account that posted about Stefan being released was a satire account. I think the Patriots will release him though. Too much trouble. I mean, Super Bowl is over. They don't need him. So if they release him, I would not be surprised. You said my pregnancy helped my hair grow extremely thick and long, although I already had long hair prior to pregnancy. Well, that's a good thing. Just make sure that anybody in the chat, if you're pregnant or after a pregnancy, make sure to continue to take the prenatal vitamins and to continue to take like magnesium because you're going to be very depleted after you have the baby. And when those hormones come back down, you can start shedding a lot of that hair that you grew during the pregnancy. So you have to stay on a mineral and vitamin regimen afterwards as well. Yes, iron deficiency. That's right. Iron deficiency can definitely cause a thyroid problem. If you're not allergic to seafood, because iodine will keep you from having a thyroid deficiency. But if you are allergic to seafood, you can't have shellfish, you can't have anything out of the water, baby, get you some castor oil and take that castor oil and put it right here on the throat where the thyroid is. And castor oil will help to heal the thyroid. But let's go back into their business, y'all. Okay, so we got, oh Lord, we got the Devil and the Knight of Swords. It's gonna be some more drama coming out with Cardi pretty soon. The Death card, and they're gonna try to control the narrative to keep this information from getting out. But it's something about the way that she operates. She's gotta want to get away from toxicity. It's like she carries a toxic cloud with her, and we're going to hear more and more and more information. Yes, more. You said take biotin. Some people, biotin gives them breakouts. Some people get acne with biotin. So you got to be careful with biotin and make sure you don't, you don't take too much so that you don't end up looking like, a teenager that's going through puberty. But what you can do is take some of those soft gels with the biotin and add it to your hair oil and grease your scalp with it. Oh, Lord. Oh, Jesus. So you got a tower here with the 9 of Swords. Y'all, have mercy. Trying to go in a new direction before everything falls apart, and it looked like it's still going to happen. Said the person that was speaking Arabic said, welcome to the knowledge. You're welcome, Habibi and Habibta. I don't know who I'm talking to. But either way, my love. Ooh, y'all, this gonna be a fool. It's so much more drama to come. And I don't, I was hoping that they could find a, excuse me, a peaceful resolve. Lord have mercy. 3 of Cups, 6 of Wands. So I will say it feels like she's having a little petty celebration. Even though she's in her feelings, she feel like she got some get back at Stefan, allegedly, secretly behind the scenes. If she may have allegedly got those lawyers for him, this was a way of, getting him back. Page of Coins and the Queen of Coins. Baby, listen. She don't want to play tit for tat with this man. She about to really go through it, okay? So her trying to get her get back. They're going to go back, forth, and forth. She needs to really just focus on work, move on, do what she needs to do for herself. Because playing this petty game back and forth with him, being mad because you couldn't get your way, wanting money back, taking stuff out on him because you couldn't be baby mama number 1 out of a possible 36. You can't play petty with everybody. Some people are not the people to play chicken with. I told y'all before, she go low, he gonna go to hell. And I think she understands that he got a petty bone, What she don't understand is all his bones are petty down to the bone marrow. I don't think she gets that quite yet. See, he's not Offset. Offset has a heart in there somewhere. It's only so far Offset is going to go, and you got to push Offset to get him into certain gears. This man will go so low, even the devil will be like, well, damn, I didn't even think of no shit like that. So all I can say is handle this wisely. Oh, so you got the Magician to the Ace of Cups. Four of Pentacles. And she was stubborn. She was hell-bent that she was going to make this happen. She was going to manifest this love relationship. Also, the Magician can allegedly, give us, not the Boston Strangler, Lord have mercy, allegedly, where was I about to go with this? Oh, the Magician. Okay, so the Magician could be a sign of possibly, a little razzle dazzle sprinkled into an equation to make a situation more comfortable in love. And if that was something that would have possibly been done because somebody was so stubborn that they didn't want to let go, that they wanted to kind of like put a spiritual incentive into a situation to get a better response, it didn't quite work. The best she can get was on again, off again. He was way stronger than she thought he was. She can't manipulate him the way she thinks that she can, or she thought that she could. Pardon me, y'all. I don't know what's going on in their energy that somebody got my nose running. Oh. Lord. I ain't gonna say nothing, but that's an indicator. Yeah, he was way stronger than she thought he was spiritually. Okay? He's not what she thinks. Once again, this is not Offset by far. This is not Offset by far. So it's like it's best for her to just move on, move along, take the lesson out of this and let this go. Because if she forces this situation, hell is hot and his temper is hotter. Would you say that's a warlock and she got a real warlock? She needs to just go on about her business and stop worrying about blocking him from moving forward. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. Thank you, each one, teach one. That's very kind of you. Don't block this man from leaving. Sometimes the one that walks away is literally God blessing you because the trash took itself out. Do not block this man from moving forward. Let it go. Stop trying to get the last lick. Learn your lesson. Take some accountability for how you got in this situation. And move around. Queen of Pentacles and Judgment. Ooh, baby. And see, this is what I'm talking about. This is a spiritual war, and she's not built for this. See, Go back to being a wife and mind your business. Queen of Pentacles is a financially astute woman. She's a wife and she's comfortable. Go back to being a wife and mind your business. Because if you face this judgment going against this person, not knowing his spiritual rank, because there are people that are highly spiritual ranked in the light and in the dark, you're going to have a huge judgment tower moment that's going to knock the Sonic coins out your damn bank account. You can't move like this working with Ochosi. And that's all I'm going to say on that. This is the energy of Ochosi calling it if you don't clean it up. And it don't matter who call Ochosi, honey. Ochosi only cares about who's righteous and who's not. Don't get your ass whooped by your own deity that you serve. That's all I got to say. Ochosi is not to be played with. You have to live a very clean, respectful life when you work with Ochosi. You have to be blameless. This secret pettiness that I feel like I'm seeing, allegedly, under the table, will tear the tailbone out your ass. Because you cannot lie in the spirit realm. I don't care what we see out here as people. The spirit realm will judge you accordingly. Not for what we see, but for what it is. And I mean, you will lose practically everything being underhanded under Ochosi. Ochosi forgive a whole lot less than Jesus. That's all I'm going to tell you. What'd I just say? Cycle coming to an end. The hangman being stuck in limbo, not being able to move forward. This will be your judgment. And that's just the beginning. People got to stop playing in the spiritual realm. You must respect the spiritual realm. You cannot gaslight the spirit realm. It doesn't work. Don't disrespect these deities. Yep, here it is. 7 of Wands, being defensive. You won't let it go. You're going to end up in deep regret. 7 of Wands to the 5 of Cups. You already face shame, humiliation, and regret because you wouldn't let go. Keep on. You think that you ashamed now? Baby, what's coming? You ain't going to see it coming. The High Priestess. It'll be a spiritual lockout on whoever you go to that gives you your spiritual messages. The spirit realm will make sure that you don't see it coming. It'll happen in real time, and you will know about it when we know about it. And it feels like it's ominous, and I hate to say this, but it looks like it's right around the corner. You got to stop being spiteful. It's time to heal. It's time to grow up. Stop trying to pay everybody back. Fix yourself and let everybody else fall in place on their own regard. This is why people got to learn to do the shadow work. Feeling betrayed over money, feeling betrayed over this relationship, let it go. I promise you on everything. And I feel like she gonna see this. Let it go. Because this literally falls under the Tower and the 9 of Swords. The 9 of Swords is literally anxiety. mental anguish, no rest for the wicked, no rest for the weary. The tower is total destruction of your foundation, relationship, and money. You're going to feel like a Mack truck hit your life. It's time to heal. You do not want to anger the deity that you work with. Don't make him feel betrayed. See what I mean? High Priestess, Seven of Swords. You really think that you're not seen because people don't see you. You don't get away with nothing. You just get by. Stop being so sneaky and underhanded and maleficent. Stop going to people like this to do stuff to people behind the scenes, allegedly. You're going to put yourself in a fight you can't win. Finally came out. You're going to be fully exposed. See, you want to get somebody back so that you can feel better. This is somebody betraying you in a way that you can't come back from, and you're going to be fully exposed. And when I say fully exposed, this is going to destroy you. The spirit realm is telling you, let go of the toxicity and move on. There's better things coming. There's healing on the other side of this when you let go and just move on. Let go and move on. It's the best thing to do. Your money is going to increase. Your life is going to get better. Do the shadow work and let it go, hon. Thank you. Greatly appreciate you. You said you better read those cards, Queen. Hi, good family. Hold on, I want to put some love on this. Hold on, wait a minute now. There we go. Yeah, you got to do the shadow work. It's time to release and move on. There's so many blessings out there that are waiting for you, but you have to stop. Stop trying to get the last lick and be sneaky and keep getting get back. Getting get back in the spiritual realm will knock you down. And you have children. You do not know how the spiritual realm will pay you back. You have no idea who or what watches over him or anybody else. Stop. This is a huge year for judgment. Here it is again. 8 of Cups, walk away. They're telling you to choose. Choose wisely, walk away. You'll be blessed if you walk away. You'll be blessed tenfold if you just walk away. Seven of Pentacles. Invest in healing. Invest in healing. There's a balance through a new beginning. There are angels that will assist you if you do the healing work and just move on. Yeah, they're telling her to choose to concentrate on work, doing the shadow work, and to focus on the work that she has, her tour, her, her brand deals. Focus on work. So I'm going to get out of this energy because, I mean, it's not a personal reading, but it definitely was something that I feel like she needs. It's life gets better when you decide not to be bitter, and that's just the truth. Let it go. Let karma do her job. And besides, you knew what type of man you were dealing with when you got involved with him. He didn't come in pretending to be some, church guy who had it together and was respectable and wanted to get married. From the very beginning, you knew he was a thought, period. So you can't expect him to do nothing no different than thought and bop. That's what he do. But see, he ain't the only one that's super toxic. This right here is saying that she's super toxic and it's time for her to heal. You attracted what you were. He didn't just come to you or end up with you because, oh my God, somebody hates me and sent me this man. You were attracted to the energy. Heal the part of you that attracted the broken parts of him. Because broken people attract broken people. Said period. She knew exactly what she was dealing with. Right. She wasn't a victim in this situation. He didn't lie to her. All righty, let's see. Let's look at somebody else whose life seems to be getting quite interesting this week. Y'all, let's look into Bad Bunny. And let's see what's happening now that he's been fined by the FCC. People are upset because they're finding out what he was singing in Spanish, and they're not approving of the energy that he brought because they said the lyrics in Spanish were very raunchy. They couldn't beep him out because they didn't know what all he was saying because it was another language. So, alrighty. Bad Bunny, baby. What's coming for you? Show me the energy around Bad Bunny. Yes, that was real. Very real. $10 million fine. Bad Bunny. Show me the energy around Bad Bunny. So we got a 10 of Cups here. 10 of Cups can represent family or a company that has like an umbrella, a conglomerate. So the Hermit. Okay, so the Hermit from the 10 of Cups. People are feeling like they should have separated from him because he's not family friendly. And 5 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. They're fighting this. They're well, hell, Jay-Z picked him, so he didn't just go out there and perform himself. Jay-Z picked him. So if anything, I think Jay should be held more accountable because you picked him. You should have had a better idea of what he was saying so that you knew if it was decent or not. I think that should be a part of his job. And yes, we're going to tap into Homeland Security and the energy between them and Cardi because, y'all, that had me on my couch kicking my feet like I was on the Chappelle show. And Alex B came back through, and Lord have mercy, the drag from Alex B. Alex B been doing the Lord's work. I don't know who certified him in dragging and leaving no edges left behind, but Alex is playing no games. Nine of Pentacles in the Chariot. So it's like they're putting all of this on him because this represents the independent woman. And it's like they want to move forward and be progressive on this situation. It's like they want to set a precedence here, make an opportunity out of this. to teach a lesson. Lord have mercy. Knight of Swords and the Hangman. So it's like it's going to be tied up for a minute because they don't know how to move forward with this situation. They're going to look off into more so who helped to bring this into fruition, because the Empress is not just about a pregnant woman, but is giving birth to ideas and bringing things from concept into reality. So they want to look at who's all behind this, who actually signed off on him singing those raunchy lyrics in Spanish. I got an idea. Ask Jay. Mm-hmm. Page of Wands. So they're going to make sure that they steer clear of this type of energy. For the next Super Bowl, y'all, I promise you, oh, everything I love. They better not make the Super Bowl so boring that we get a set of Mormons to come out and two-step after this, because Lord have mercy. It's like they want to do they want to do a total contrast of what was done this year, not because of the floor show, but because of the lyrics and what were said. So it's like they're getting a lot of flack. Yeah, Seven of Cups. They're considering their options. People feel very, very deeply, but they're keeping their mouth shut right now for the time being. Said LeCamel should have had Deseret translate the lyrics prior to the game. That would have made sense. I promise you that would have made sense. Five of Swords, yes, conflict and communication. They find this to be very abrasive, okay? Nine of Wands, wounded warrior. They can't believe that they allowed these types of lyrics to slide through because they had no idea what all was being said. Oh, somebody hurt. This is butt hurt. They like, we gonna get through this, but damn it, this will never happen again. Said if that was up to talking about a dig at the press. They not even worried about a dig at the president. They're talking about the lyrics being lewd and lascivious. So, yes, the lovers. He had a lot of lyrics about lovers and things that lovers do. And High Priestess this was a mystery to everybody that was a part of putting this together, because they had no idea what these lyrics entailed. Okay? They they had no idea what he was singing about these lovers until afterwards when people started translating the lyrics. This is too funny. Oh my God. I can't believe they dropped the ball like this and nobody went over his lyrics. Like, they know that he's a very, feisty type individual who sings about adult nature type things, and he's LGBTQ. So why wouldn't you go over his lyrics the same way you would go over everybody else's and say, okay, we need you to make an adjustment here. We need this beeped out. You do him the same way you would have did everybody else. Because at this point, I ain't gonna lie to you, I don't feel like this is all his fault. I feel like it's their fault for not properly screening what was being said or what was sung during the show, because nobody did their due diligence. He didn't hire himself. Yeah, he played in their face hard body, but it was still up to them to get a copy of those lyrics, to know what was being sung, and to tell him, you need to do the radio version. The same thing they do with everybody else. I don't see that it was part of a master plan. I really, y'all, somebody was really just being lazy, not doing their damn job. That's what makes this so funny. I've tried not to laugh, but this is hilarious. The world. Um, Listen, this 10 of Cups, as far as I'm concerned, represents Pebble Nation. It's over for them. They are done. You have humiliated Robert Goodell for the last time. They're going to end this family partnership, whatever you want to call it. Baby, those pebbles are falling. The tower is falling. Yeah, the Hermit. They're gonna separate and be done. It's like, how many things y'all gonna get us into? Right. Said Jay knew what he was finna do, and it's his job to check these things. That's why I said I'm not blaming this, just on Bad Bunny, because whose job was it to look over everything and make sure that everything was in proper alignment? That was his job as the creative director that hired him and picked him to do this show, to make sure that his show was family friendly. Now, y'all got away with, a little hoochie coochie in the show, whatever. Everybody was fine, but it was the lyrics that did it. So 10 of Pentacles, the Hermit, baby, that's the sponsorship. The sponsors are behind the scenes threatening to not sponsor Super Bowl if this is not handled properly. So yeah, they got to drop the axe. They have to, because this is going to cost them a lot of money. Yeah, Knight of Wands. And this is why they're upset. Knight of Wands is very, very thotty energy. Okay? So 2 of Pentacles. It was like they were I feel like they were on the fence about him performing a certain song, but he knew what he was doing. He performed it in Spanish because, let's be honest, y'all. If you sing in a falsetto or you sing in another language, everything sounds good until you know exactly what's being said. Baby, I know what they said, but I'm giving you what I'm getting from the spiritual realm. I don't go off of what they said. I go off of what I pull. This wasn't what y'all think it is. But what this is going to be somebody's walking papers, because they've had one too many incidents. One too many incidents. And they're ready to just sever cords, because it's like, how many times can you put us in pretty much in the crosshairs of situations? So here it is. It was a gamble to do this song. Went forward with doing it, ends up being the Hangman. Because it's one song in particular that really took it there. 7 of Swords. So this was like this was an underhanded way of sneaking this. You said no, I was asking. I'm not seeing this as a ritual. This was something that was snuck into the show, and it was added. And like I said, I feel like Jay and his team did not do their due diligence. So it was strategic that it was sang in Spanish, because if the lyrics were sung in English, he definitely wouldn't have been able to do this. But he couldn't have done it. He couldn't have done it if they were really a part of everything he was doing the way they were supposed to. I don't know how much y'all know about what's going on with Rock Nation in the NFL, but due to the situation with Dez and her daughter, baby, they can't afford any more incidents. That incident with her and her daughter, and the security allegedly, the I want to say the director of the NFL security allegedly being a part of kidnapping her and taking her to the hospital for an illegal 5150. They're still in court for that right now. So they can't afford anything else out of, Rock Nation. Nothing else. No more scandals, no more nothing. So it's like this was supposed to go in a different direction. But it played out in front of everybody. Eight of Cups. And this feels like this is what's going to be the last straw that's going to send Jay up out of this job, because it's like we made it through Super Bowl. We're getting a lot of backlash, and we can no longer, keep having situation after situation after situation attached to your brand and your company. We're supposed to be a family brand. We're supposed to be, wholesome entertainment. Super Bowl is supposed to be where you can bring the children, mom and dad, grandparents, and it's a family event. They can't get comfortable with people thinking that Super Bowl is a cesspool. Now, whatever you do when you go to the parties after the Super Bowl, you can be as Sodom and Gomorrah as you want to be. But they got to make sure that the show is family friendly, because the sponsors who are attached to this and the families who are attached to this is a multi-billion-dollar business. Multi-billion-dollar business. This is too big for them to take these types of gambles. Yeah, the Empress. Yeah, they're going after who they feel is responsible for this. Like, who signed off on this? Who created this? Who put this together? Page of Cups. Like, it's like this is the card of apology, but I feel like where the wires got crossed in this situation is that there was very limited communication about what was going on. So it was like he just left him to his own devices, do the show however you want to, check in every once in a while, like, oh, it's cool. Oh, okay, cool. What you doing? All right. And then go on about your business. So due to this limited communication and not really tapping in like you should, you end up having this problem with the conflict in communication where everybody's up in arms about what was being sung. You said, to be honest, nothing they do is kid friendly. Well, those lyrics that I was going over earlier today, they'd definitely make your grandma blush. I promise you that. Well, Robert Goodell did say that he wanted Taylor Swift. And it came out that they suggested that he contact Taylor Swift. They said that Taylor Swift wasn't available. Taylor Swift was like, who said I wasn't available? Nobody contacted me. So boom, think about that. Now that right there is a slap in the face, because here it is, the commissioner of football suggested that you got Taylor Swift, and here it is. It's the year of one of her biggest projects ever, and they're milking this whole relationship with her and her fiance, and then you don't pick her because allegedly there's a low-key beef where you're shading her because you want your wife to be considered the queen of country, and you pick one of the most flamboyant, controversial people that you could pick. But see, Bratch, you talk about her being unseasoned. You got to understand, she just dropped an album that sold 3 million units like that. Unseasoned or not, somebody wanted to see that little half a damn shimmy. Somebody wanted to see the viewership is what brings even more money due to the sponsors. The sponsors want the highest visibility, period. She would have gotten them the visibility that would have been worth the money that they put into their ad space for their commercials. So it's all about the money at the end of the day. You cost them money by not getting Taylor Swift because, according to Taylor, you ain't never say nothing to her. And then you get him there, and the FCC is like, bitch, I know you lying. And now you got a $10 million fine. Robert is like, so you just lied to me about Taylor. Taylor just dropped one of the biggest albums of her career, and we could have had her and her boyfriend do a very, very wholesome Disney Channel kiss at the end where we set off some fireworks and celebrated all of their extraordinary ass love. Y'all know how much money the Taylor fans spend? Baby, they would have milked that all the way down to the bone marrow. They probably would have messed around and had Taylor Swift Super Bowl dolls. So it's like it's lots of arguing behind the scenes, because it's like, okay, it's time for us to move on. We can do better than this. No, that wasn't a fake article. The FCC is mad. Y'all got to remember, that's who came after Janet with Tittygate. Even though I don't understand how Justin Timberlake didn't end up getting a fine for snatching the titty loose, but Janet got one for standing there and having it snatched loose. So why didn't they both get in trouble? I never understood that. And they dragged Janet to hell, tried to destroy her career for a titty that we saw for a second and a half. They didn't find Kendrick, but they had, I want to say, I don't know if it was 125 or 145 complaints where they wanted to find Kendrick, but they couldn't. If they could have had, they would have. But yes, it was well over 100 complaints, people trying to get them to find him. And literally, y'all, some of the complaints was the show was too black. It wasn't enough white people. People really were calling in saying that. Oh, Lord have mercy. I want to see how many people get petty and call the FCC when they go back to making Super Bowl all extra boring and country, and there's nothing but country and rock. I want to see how many people call in and be like, it's too white. It's not enough people of color. I didn't see no gay folks. This is boring. I want to see if they call in. I want to see if they call in with those complaints then. But, yeah, it looks like it looks like, due to the lyrics about the lovers, they're going to try their best to separate and to move forward and to really, really, really steer clear of anything else like this. And Jay might want to cut his hair down low and go back to that fade and try to look as youthful as possible after this, because they're about to drag him by them wigs. Said, not this is Austin Gay Concierge calling on behalf of. Oh! Oh my God. let's slide on over here to Jay and see how the NFL feels about him. Because Lord have mercy. Lord, Lord, Lord. How does the NFL feel about Jay-Z and Rock Nation from this point? Oh my God. How do they feel about Jay? How do they feel about Jay? How do they feel about Jay? You got the sun here, and the sun is supposed to be a happy card, right? This started off, they felt like they had invested in something that was going to be a really, really great investment. But we got some kind of exposure coming. Mm. Who's in tarot class? What is this? What is this? Yeah, Busby and what he said about the sun for sure. Sunlight is a natural disinfectant. Yes. Come on, Aja. Come on, Aja. Yes, come on, Shamira. Y'all hold on. Hold on to your wig straps. If you ain't got on the wig, hold on to something, shit. Okay? Oh, he gonna have to be strong. I guarantee you that. Because this is full exposure connected to a Leo, a fire sign. Oh, amethyst. Oh, it's gonna be more than highlighted. We talking about everything gonna be out in the middle of the street. Everything gonna be in the middle of the street. This is full exposure. Yes, Golden Girls. I haven't seen you in the chat. Hey, hey, hey. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Now, mind you, I just asked how the NFL feel about him, which means this is coming out and they're going to have to make a decision attached to this. Look what's about to be exposed. Tarot class, where y'all at? Seven of Swords. Y'all see this? Oh, I see you down there quoting Carisha, so you know it's tea when you see them two fingers touching. Y'all see this? Seven of Swords, full exposure, attached to a Leo. Seven of Swords. Oh, this is that back door. Sneaky activity. Underhanded manipulative practices. Come on with it now. King of Cups, Three of Swords. Oh, Lord, here go the other side of that peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Ooh, have mercy. It's more coming out attached to him, too. And people are going to be very deep in their feelings. They're going to be heartbroken. I told you this downfall about to be worse than Diddy, but we'll see when it play out. People are, when I say it's going to be a hush across the crowd, it's going to be like tumbleweeds. People are going to be afraid to speak on this situation. Remember how, these last situations, especially with Milagro, we were waiting to see what publications were going to speak on it. And folks act like they had laryngitis. They act like they had, arthritis of the fingertips. They couldn't get to their phones or to their laptops and get to typing. We're going to see a hush because people are not going to know what to say. It's going to be heartbreak. And why is it going to be heartbreak? Some of those folks who are not going to say anything are going to realize The gravy train has dried up, baby. Six of Pentacles. Some people may allegedly be paid under the table for such said possible marketing. The marketing packages are going to come to an end. Yes, soon as this underhanded activity gets exposed, folks are going to go in a different direction, but they're going to crawl out of the way. Y'all remember that Homer Simpson meme where Homer went from like this to like this in the bushes until he disappeared? Mm-hmm. So they got the Ray Charles syndrome. I'm legally blind, baby. They need to be deaf too. Seven of Wands. Yeah, people are not there. It's like, oh my God, I don't know if I can defend this, right? The Moon. Ooh, when I say it's so much more to come, you're gonna have people that are gonna want to jump out there. They're gonna jump out there. Oh, I believe he's a good person. This is my favorite rapper. You know, top 10, number one, and then boom, the other side of this situation, the shoe dropping. It's like, yeah, here it is. I don't want no part of that. Arguing, conflict in the communication. Six of Swords. This is toxic and chaotic. I don't want any parts of this. I'm running up out of here. No, thank you. Give me my freedom papers. I'm gonna act like I never knew you. What Mariah Carey say? I don't know her. People are going to go from windmilling to a hush. What I say? Wounded warrior, 9 of Wands, butthurt over possible alleged money that could have been given to them for marketing purposes under the table, allegedly. Ooh, wee. Talking about change your life. But this time they gonna change your life back to paper or plastic because yeah, you won't be getting this. This is done. Emilio said, look at those shell companies going down with the, oh yeah, I said, dig one grave, better make sure that you're not digging your own. Listen, I told y'all, she need to just pay Emilio and stay out of court. Said the trolls have already kind of denied, died up. Podcast next, if they can. And look, this is everybody like, oh, I think I'm going to take the high road on this one. I'm just going to mosey on over here and talk about Christian news or something. I'm actually on vacation this week. 9 of Pentacles. You're on your own, buddy. It's been real. Would you say watching your life go down? Ooh, this is going to be interesting, y'all. They're going to lose a lot of amigos. Yeah, the word is getting out. And it's like, it's going to go from trying to stifle the message to keep the message from getting out to boom, it's out. This is the Associated Press. You can't stop the Associated Press. Who is behind the Associated Press? Who signs those contracts for the FCC and what goes on across broadcasting in America? The president. MAGA is going to make sure these messages get out. MAGA is going to make sure these messages get out. Legacy media is going to carry this out. New media is going to dig. And new media is going to dig into all those old stories that were supposed to be rumors. And they're going to start confirming some of those rumors. Y'all look at this. The sun and the Knight of Swords. Message of full exposure. Full exposure. And if you've been rocking with me for a minute, you're OG. You've been here for a couple years. I told y'all, literally, it's going to be scandal after scandal after scandal after scandal. As Tory prepares to come home, someone is going to be preparing to go in, and it's going to feel like ships in the night. Tory's going to be coming out this way, and this person is going to be heading in. Get ready. Yes, Ed Ramir allegedly teamed up with Trump and Nikki. Smart young man. Baby. And see, they're fighting this situation, but they didn't expect Tory to work this hard. Tory is fighting with the hand of God. You can't beat the hand of God. But they have valiantly fought against him. Said you sure did 3 years ago. They are valiantly fighting against him. But this is what they don't understand. You see this lion? Not only does this represent the Lion of Judah, Tory is Daniel in the lion's den. God made sure those lions didn't touch Daniel until it was time for him to walk out. They didn't want to feed the lions. The lions still didn't eat them. They did everything they could to make the lions destroy Daniel. And those lions stayed peaceful until Daniel walked out. They could not believe it. Y'all, these folks did not expect Tory to walk out. It wasn't about him serving a 10-year sentence. It was about him not living through the sentence. He was supposed to be a martyr. God said, absolutely not. Touch not mine anointed. The relationship that Tory's father, Sunstar, has with the Most High is not to be played with. Sunstar called for judgment, and we are watching every single name that he named fall right before our eyes. God will never forsake the righteous. That was a righteous request, and the prayers of the righteous will always be answered. He called judgment. We are watching that judgment right now. Every name he said on those steps in front of the courthouse is crumbling right now. I'll never forget, I told y'all that Desiree would end up going down due to personal issues. It don't get no more personal than you being sued by your daughter. That's very personal. That's very personal. See, this is why you don't play with God's children. Because when you play with God's children, God will get off the throne and come and defend his children personally himself. Read Psalms. David's relationship with the Most High was so strong that God got up off of the throne and came down himself to rain down on the people that came against David. We're watching all of that happen right now in real time. See, you may not like Trump, and I ain't gonna never tell nobody who they gotta pick, who they gotta ride with. That's your business. Feel how you want to feel. But what I will tell you is God is working through him. And there's a lot of things that would not get done with anybody else because that man is fearless. He don't care. And he's not somebody that can easily be persuaded because he's stubborn. He's super stubborn. He's following a playbook these folks ain't never heard of or seen before. And that's because it's literally led by divine intervention. See, everybody want to talk about God is love, but they never want to talk about why the Most High says, do not push him to wrath. We're about to watch God serve righteous vengeance. And these people are not going to be able to recollect themselves when God is done. I warned y'all. The Most High is going to let the devil come back and get everything back from these people that he gave them. Fortune, fame, finance, status, all of it. The devil is going to take that back because it's going to be broken down and recycled for the next generation of his soldiers. He don't need these folks no more. See, even the devil does the Lord's work at least once a day. Because it's always a choice. You choose to be righteous or you choose to be evil. It's always a choice. That whole thing, the devil made me do it, he didn't make you do nothing. He offered you an alternative and you took that alternative and turned it into action. You didn't have to. We're about to see people have to pay for making bad choices. The devil don't let you keep nothing. He's too jealous. You'll never get to a certain level without the devil coming back to take everything because he's the baddest bitch he knows. You ain't gonna come through and get bigger and badder than him. What? No. It's all about me, 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 me. That's how you fell in the first place. You're gonna always have to stay in your position. You get too big for your britches, he coming for you. Nothing is for keeps with the devil. Never. Most horrible deal you can make. He is the biggest long shark you can ever make a deal with. And you can never pay him back because the interest is always going to be in his favor. The magician. People are literally trying, it's like they're trying to maneuver how they can turn this around. This is what Jay doesn't see coming. The moon to the hangman. Baby, you stuck. You're stuck. You've been deactivated. Spiritual realm, regular realm. You're stuck. You can't get out of this. Said, I believe Foot made a private call to Tory. And no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. She's irrelevant at this point. She was a pawn at best. And I do mean at best. Her worth expired a long time ago. He said, as the hip-hop community financially is seeing the end in such a high rise of abundance, do you see this as a karmatic move giving back into R&B due to Baby Girl? I think it's bigger than that. There were a lot of people who were taken too soon, not just her. And the wicked will never stay on top for long. They have a contract. The devil knew your end before you signed that contract. People try to extend the contract. They don't understand. You cannot barter with the devil once you sign the contract. He already owns you. There's nothing else you can give him greater than your soul. There's nothing else that you can offer him outside of the souls of others. Once your contract is diminished, you mean nothing to the devil. There's always somebody younger and more influential and more popping with more charisma that can get out there and do what you used to do. Who still thinks that a 54, 55, 56-year-old man is influential to the young? Okay? Not just the masses, but the young. He wants the souls as pure and as young as possible. He don't want us. I mean, he'll take us, but he don't want us. You think the devil want to wait until you get knee problems, back problems? You can't pop it on the handstand like you used to? No, he wants you young and full of life so that you can raise all the hell that you possibly can to the best of your ability. You get to a certain age, you just mean and surly and nobody cares. He wants the young. The young have the vitality. The vitality is more important. Shoot, you old, you already damn near close to going to hell anyway. You ain't worried about nobody old. Unless that old person has a large influence that's still viable, that person is not as important. They want the pure souls. They want the young souls. They want that energy that feels infinite. They want you tired as hell on the couch, falling asleep in front of Matlock, the TV watching you, and you didn't even know you fell asleep. Talking about, so who cut that off? I was watching that. You ain't got enough energy to get out here and do all of the devil's work. Your blood pressure medicine be making you nod out. You just, yes, the younger have stronger, purer souls. Like, Jay and them getting in that, they in that AARP bracket. You not as viable as you used to be. Allegedly your hair ain't even real. You've turning into Milli Vanilli, allegedly. That's not gonna get no young people to Satan. They might feel sorry for you and go to God, and one of them things fall out your head on stage. So here we go. You got the Hermit, okay? And the Hermit falls under the Six of Pentacles. And that's people separating from them when they can no longer give them influence, riches, and cover them with the same covering that they used to give them. So in my opinion, there isn't a lot of people in the hip hop community able to do so as much. Well, that's their fault. They kept picking all these talentless people that can barely read or recite. I mean, how do you expect an illiterate, dumb motherfucker to lead people somewhere? They've been walking in circles for 40 days and 40 nights. Ain't nobody gonna just get behind the dumbest person they can find and be lost on purpose. You gotta zhuzh it up. At least when somebody is super talented, they make it look fun to crash out. That's what happened when you take the talent out. It make people feel like they need to go back to school. Michaela, listen. They put me out of detention for a reason. And look at this, Six of Swords. Blocking you from being able to move forward. So he thinks he's going to be able to slide out of this. He's going to be able to do that damn cha-cha slide and get out of this. But Spirit Realm is saying no. Everything stops here. You've already been judged in the spirit realm. Now it's about to rain down here on the earth. I think we don't just need R&B back. I think that we need people to write the R&B that was meaningful. We got to get away from the music where somebody talking about knocking your head across the headboard and stirring your uterus until it fall out. We need some memorable music that gives you a time stamp when you hear it, and it makes you feel the love when you hear it. It takes you back to that moment in time where it just feels like an embrace. Now, I'm still mad at y'all friend Henny for what she did to that damn sample with Total kissing you, because kissing you is a vibe. Like, to this day, if we didn't hear that song all those years ago, if it came out today, if that was a new song, kissing you would still be a vibe right now. That's how good that song is. So for her to take that song and that pop your pussy from the man, pop your pussy from the man. Oh, you unrelenting thought you. That song is such a vibe. She's talking about spending time with the man and just having a kiss. Girl, we know this the first man that you've been with allegedly that you didn't quite borrow from somebody else. Calm down. So somebody looks apologetic and is trying to get balance for a new beginning. Three of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. Lord, he gonna try to lean on this relationship to help him move through. Now, remember that story just came out about him allegedly being fired from the Apple NFL halftime show, and then out of nowhere, his other half dropped those pictures. So expect more of that. I just said I'm not expecting much from a person that said they can't depressed. Honey, listen. That whole entire music experience, I said I need to cleanse my house. I need I ain't never heard of a cat that need therapy. Like, your cat is depressed. I, I don't want nothing you got to give if I got to look down there and she's sad. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Ten of Swords. King of... Oh! The Snitch Olympics. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. King of Cups. Heartbreak. The Ten of Swords. Where my tarot class people at? Tarot class, where y'all at? I told y'all this was coming almost 2 years ago. We got the King of Cups, Heartbreak, and the Ten of Swords. Take your time. Oh, baby. Come on, Aja. Come on, Aja. Bring it home. Bring it home. Yes, Lauren. Come on. Come on, y'all put this together. Ah, you said not his booty, buddy. Yes, Tina Brown. Yes, Tina Brown. Yes, Frosty. Yes, Love De Niro. So allegedly, y'all, his used to be friend that ain't his friend is deep in his emotions. He gets upset. He is heartbroken over the way he's been treated. He feels betrayed, and it feels like he about to return the favor. Mm-hmm. The Snitch Olympics is in full effect. And this is going to really have something to do with some money. Baby, this about to get crazy. Ooh. Yeah, he ain't got nothing to lose. Two of Pentacles. Like, he on the fence about it because it's like, I thought we had love. Like, I thought we was bros. Thought we would ride forever. Thought we was family. I stood up for you and was defending you. I thought that you would fight for me. 7 of Wands to the 10 of Cups. We were supposed to be family. Your wife. What's going on with your wife? Queen of Pentacles. Judgment. 5 of Swords. 6 of Swords. So when you said these conflicting messages about this is not my friend, and you moved on and left him behind. He swore to declare war against you because you switched up and you did it publicly. You caused him heartbreak, grief, humiliation, and shame. So he gonna return the energy. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. 3 of Wands, 6 of Coins to the Hermit. So it's like, you know, it's he's looking at it as, you know, I was supposed to leave, get up out of here and go abroad. And he expected him to look out and send money once he got over there. Wait a minute. Did somebody snitch on him and that's how they found out he was going to the airport? Wait a damn minute. Wait a damn minute. Because how did they know he was at the airport, y'all? How did they figure out he was at the airport? The Death card and the Moon. Something had to end for something new to begin, and it happened in secret. I want to say somebody threw somebody under a bus for an opportunity. Ooh, one turn deserves another. It is better you than me. Better you than me. Cut him off to preserve his own wealth. And use the wounded warrior to do so. Baby, don't tell me. Listen, shout out to Jaguar, right? We're going to have to put some more respect on Jacqueline's name. She said that he was lining people up and getting them out the way. That's all I got to say. Shout out to Jaguar, right? Because this definitely looked like somebody was supposed to be the last man standing. Ace of Pentacles. Whoa, you made a deal with the devil so that you can continue to flourish. Thought this would give you balance through a new beginning. Damn. Damn, damn, damn. But look at what your hangman is going to be. Tarot class, where y'all at? What is this hangman? What's going to have him stuck where he can't move forward? I give you a hint. I just talked about this, what was it, Wednesday? Brianna? Come on, Tina Brown. Come on, Tina Brown. Tina Brown hit that right on the head. His hangman. I just told y'all about this on Wednesday. He's not going to be able to get past this. This is going to literally, this is going to shake the foundation. This is going to shake the foundation. He's about to be accused of, how can I say this? Allegedly not being able to take no for an answer. And it don't look like he's going to be able to get out of it this time. Yes, Miss Lady T. Absolutely. You got to say allegedly. But that's what the energy is. Energy is energying. Is saying that this is new. Shocking news. Not able to get past this. That too, Isaiah. But allegedly not being able to control thy rod and thy staff. Get out of here. Secrets attached to who? The King of Wands, the Ten of Swords, betrayals and heartbreak. Y'all, look at this. This is everything I just said. Look at peanut butter and jelly. Hold on. King of Cups, Three of Swords, Ten of Swords, King of Wands. That's everything I just told y'all. Heartbreak and betrayal between peanut butter and jelly. The bromance is over. Thank you, Tay. It don't really take much for my hair. My hair is curly, so I have to keep the heat low because I don't want heat damage. It's more so like the products you use. I use a really good heat protectant. Ten of Wands. He's not going to be able to get out of this. Not going to be able to get out of this. You see how this person looked like they were trying to sneak their way through, and then boom, got hit with these wands, these beams. Not going to be able to get out of this. Baby, it's going down, down. More secrets coming out attached to the family, and looks like it's the truth and nothing but the truth this time. Ooh, sugar. And literally, y'all, I gotta say it again, the call is coming from inside of the house. These are people close to him telling on him. And it seems like one of the members of Peanut Butter and Jelly is on the call. And then this call is literally going to co-sign something else that somebody says that only these two know. Ooh-wee. Judgment started during Aquarius season, but also judgment is coming for an Aquarius. Attached to something that happened during an altercation, a fight. I'll let y'all ponder on that. You know, who could that Aquarius be that got into an alleged altercation? Who knows? You said Puff told him on that jail call that I kept some of your worm food for you. Mm-mm. Well, it look like we about to get the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And this is going to be the worst situation ever. Unrequited offer. This was something you should have refused. You should have walked away. You should have cooperated. See, somebody is like, damn, I should have cooperated earlier. But there's still an offer coming in to cooperate. And that's where the truth is coming out. Y'all, and this is, ooh. Y'all better watch this Keefe D trial. Leo season is going to be explosive. There's a truth coming out connected to a death. And this death brought a very, very big opportunity. Lots of money came out of this, allegedly. Oh my gosh. He gonna try to fight this to protect everything he loves, but everybody is about to walk away from him. He's about to be deserted. He's about to be shunned. They pushed the trial back. I think it's going to be, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's going to be August 19th. It was supposed to start this month, but they said that the prosecution found so much more evidence that the defense needs at least 6 months to look over everything to come back to court so that they can be prepared for the trial. So it's been pushed back to August. So imagine how much information they just received if they got to push the case all the way back to the end of summer. They got a lot of information to sift through. Wheel of Fortune, Queen of Wands. Ooh-wee. Queen of Wands in this situation is Nikki. Nikki's going to end up on top. She's getting whatever money she lost, she's getting it back. As he goes down, she goes further up. Everybody that he may have stifled, allegedly, is going to go up. Y'all, he's going, when I tell you scandal after scandal after scandal after scandal, Olivia Pope would retire. She wouldn't even try to help this. What I say? To save people, generational wealth, people saving themselves, they're going to walk away. Did you say Siri play We Go Up by Nikki? Baby. Nikki gonna be just like Mona Lisa. Rack it up, rack it up. Here she go right here. We're about to find out who's been keeping an eye on Nikki. It feels like they've had surveillance on her. Y'all, this runs deep. This runs very, very deep. This is scary. And you got to think that there were people that were put in her inner circle to keep an eye on her. And this is surveillance. And we just found out, thanks to the Megan trial against Milagro, that they've had a file on Milagro for years. So how many people y'all watching allegedly? Oh, honey, they going to cut the grass is an understatement. They're going to mess around and have sod. There won't be any more grass growing. The snakes will be burnt at the belly. crawling across this earth. This is going to feel like being in the desert. And one thing about the desert, honey, you will always meet the devil in the desert. The devil coming back to repo him, though. Yeah, money is slowing down. People not really talking to him when it comes to opportunities. It's becoming complicated. Queen of Swords. Secrets coming out with a Queen of Swords. This goes two ways too. Remember I told y'all on Wednesday, whoever this woman is, she's highly credible. Okay? Queen of Swords in the upright is a truth teller. Also, we got secrets coming out attached to an air sign attached to him. But this woman, I know is not necessarily that air sign. This is the woman that's about to come forward and snitch and tell on him. And I really can't call her a snitch because she ain't do a crime with him. It was a crime done against her, allegedly. Okay? So this is somebody that is very close to the family, honey. 10 of Cups. She works very, very close to the family. No, 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 no. I'm not doing that. Certain people watch me. I would never give any telltale clues that could put somebody's life in danger. Just know that this woman is going to come forward and you're going to see this in the media and she's standing 10 toes down and it looks like she has evidence and she's honest. She's telling the truth. This is somebody who has worked very close to him in his company and has been around his family. He never expected this person to come forward and say anything, but she looks very, very credible. This gives me the energy of Drew Dixon. Y'all know who Drew Dixon is? No, no, no. This ain't no Foxy. Wounded warrior. This woman was hurt. Something happened and it happened very swiftly. It wasn't anything she could do about it. Okay, so yes. So Drew Dixon, L.A. Reid, and Russell, okay? L.A. Reid was supposed to go to court 2 hours before they did jury selection. He folded like a lawn chair and gave her some money and said, I'm not going to trial. It feels like that type of energy. This is, it's like, I don't even want to go here with this lady. This lady can literally drag me to hell. He didn't expect this. I promise you that. He thought he had more control. Emperor. This is somebody like his energy is very, very, very haughty. He feels like he has full control over everybody. Like he rules over everybody. He's a god amongst men. Okay, King of Pentacles. I own you. Not you work for me. I own you. You're my subject. You do what I tell you to do. You do nothing without me. He thought he had way more control than he did. Trying to hurry up and rush to put this situation to rest. Because this woman, I'm telling you, I got to say allegedly, but this falls under the Ace of Swords. The Death card on top of the Ace of Swords with the Three of Wands. This is like she may have been threatened to be blackballed and have her whole career destroyed if she came forward and said anything. So they're trying to hurry up and put this to rest because it looks like everything she's saying is A1. G. Marie, we gonna see. Page of Cups, King of Swords. Y'all, oh my God. Okay. If I got this right, and that's if I got this right, okay? Page of Cups is not just about being sorrowful, apologizing. This is also about messages like email, text message. Wow, damn, sidekick. How long ago was this? This feels like they got proof through some kind of messages, and lawyers or law enforcement have these messages, unredacted messages, whether they're emails, text messages, whatever they are. It feels like they have access to messages somehow, some way that proves some type of involvement. Yeah, sidekick, that's early 2000s, ain't it? Yeah, that was clear as day. I literally heard that, like, like, damn, that's like 2001, 2001, if I'm not mistaken. Sidekicks were definitely between 2000 to 2003. They didn't last long. Yeah, this was something that definitely happened a while ago, long time ago. This was in the past. This person refused a love offer. If it's a Ace of Cups by itself, it's a love offer. Three of Cups, they might have been partying. I can't even talk. They may have been partying or able to be around each other in, like, maybe cocktail settings. But it feels like this person refused him in the past, and that didn't really go too well. You said 2006, 2007, you was a senior. This ain't got nothing to do with Aaliyah. This is somebody who's still alive right now. This person is still alive right now. Yeah, Tierra Marie does always get lost and forgotten, unfortunately. I hope that she gets her justice as well. She deserves it. But this ain't her either. This ain't her either. But I don't think for any moment that she doesn't have horror stories. I don't think for any moment that she doesn't have horror stories. And that might be the reason why she drinks the way she does. Ain't nobody y'all just mentioned. I just told you this is somebody who worked with him, not an artist. Y'all, this is, it feels like confusion around being inebriated or something possibly in somebody's drink. Two of Wands. He was choosing on this person and this person wasn't choosing on him. Page of Pentacles. Ace of... Ooh. I'm just going to say that this person got some undeniable proof. Undeniable proof. Irrefutable. Irrefutable. And this was something that's top secret. It was never supposed to get out. It was never supposed to get out. We would have never known about it. We were never supposed to know about it. Mm. This is a wish fulfillment. She wants to come forward and tell the truth. Y'all, this woman wants her truth out. She wants to come forward and tell the truth. This is going to shake the table. Y'all see this? High Priestess, Seven of Swords. This is going to shake the table. People are going to be floored, flabbergasted. I put it to you like this. This is going to start the floodgates to people coming forward and telling their stories. The time frame is now. It's already happening. You'll be seeing or hearing about this any day soon. Oh no, baby, this ain't Diddy part 2. This is way worse. This is way worse. Way worse. They have more evidence against him than they have against Diddy. Way worse. See, everything they had with Diddy where he went to trial, it started with circumstantial evidence. And then it built into events with cars that blew up and things like that. But it started with circumstantial evidence where people were like, I don't know, was she kind of, No, 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 no. This is irrefutable. All I can say is keep your ears open, keep your eyes peeled. Any possible day now. They're fighting to keep this from coming out. I can tell you that. I don't know how long he can fight this. This is... I don't know how long he can fight this, baby. Ooh, wait. Independent woman and the lovers. See how the independent woman is looking this way? She ain't paying them no mind. Look who at the bottom of the deck, y'all. Queen of Pentacles. Oh, it's a whole lot ain't clean in the milk. And this lady know way more than she claims she know. They Bonnie and Clyde for a reason. Now, everything I'm saying is for entertainment purposes. It's all alleged, allegedly. I guess you could say it's unreliable. I talked to gnomes back out here in my garden that are very 420 friendly and they live in mushrooms. Hmm. I know. I need to tell the dog, shut your ass up. We said it's alleged. Hmm. But the earth sign, she know way more than she claims she know. Crazy how art imitate life. Y'all started y'all whole journey publicly with '03 Bonnie and Clyde, where y'all were running from the police, fleeing the country, going into Mexico. And according to Toni Braxton, you stole that song from her, heard her version of the song, and put yours out first. I want to say the album was The Heat because it's on her album. She actually has the Tupac sample in her song, but he didn't use the Tupac sample. He actually recited that "Look for Me" himself. Baby. You being strategic, shady, backhanded is coming to an end. Seven of Swords and the World. No longer able to hide the sneaky, manipulative things that you have done. It's over for you. And what are you hiding? This Knight of Wands energy. Lord have mercy. Said Toni not the only one that say he be stealing songs. No, she not. According to Cameron, he said you not a writer, you a biter. Yeah, A. Marie should get way more credit for what she actually contributed because she put that go-go sound mainstream. I give it to even Genuine. He had moments where he dibbled and dabbled, but A. Marie really, she brought that in your face. She really gave that DMV sound. Mm-hmm. Lord, what I tell y'all, she know way more than she's saying. Three of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, Page of Swords. She keep her eye out on everything. She be knowing what's going on. It's not too much that she's left out of. Um, but I will say, for a long time, he reigns supreme. I'll say that. Um, he controlled how they thought, if that makes sense, allegedly. If he say it's raining, she gonna be like, well, he said it was raining. Blindly, Amethyst. Trusted him blindly. And while she was trusting him blindly, here he is, romantic offers, Knight of Wands. Y'all, the stuff they about to get caught up in is about to be so ugly. And notice I said the stuff they are about to get caught up in. Oh, Lord. Check your whole facts is an understatement. Emil left music a long time ago. She's working a everyday regular job. I knew they were gonna be done with the mill after she came out with that song, The Quarrels. She put the quarrels out. It's like, this be the last time you wake somebody up and make something conscious. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, she did a song with Carl Thomas called The Quarrels on her album right before she got dropped. And the song was exposing the secret society and the Illuminati and the whole plan to take over things and what they were trying to do. And next thing you know, Emil was gone. Every once in a while, I still listen to the Quarrels. Hey, sweetie, said you just got in from work. We about to wrap up the show in a minute. Said this is why I wanted the reading of Nicki versus Beyonce. Um, I'm gonna have to meditate on that one because here's the thing: Nicki's energy is very direct, very strong. Bay's energy is cloaked and layered. So that's something that I'm going to have to do in total silence where I can spiritually really listen. Yeah, Tierra Marie is from the east side of Detroit over off of 7 Mile. Over there, like Persian Doughboy area, which is now considered like red zone. Yes. It's not that it's heavily cloaked. It's that her energy it feels very tired. Like her energy is not strong the way that Nikki's is. Nikki has a strong vitality. The energy that I get when I read Bay's energy is just exhausted. No, baby, she not West 7 Mile. She's an East 7 Mile girl. That's why she be ready to just. Don't get me wrong. Now you can catch them hands on both sides of 7 Mile. But yeah, her spirit is very very tired. Yeah, Lauren did tell a lot of truths about the industry. Said, I had a dream about her crying when I questioned her why she did it. Wow. Said she looks exhausted. That explains the heavy filters. Her energy feels that way. When you read the energy around her, it's very very tired. Said Angel, this is the first time I've caught a live on time. Shout out to you from your cousin in Oakland. Hey, cuzzo. The Detroit and the Bay, we rock the long way. I love the Bay Area. Um, it's sad, but at the same token, she made this decision. She decided to take this walk. So it's not like she was beguiled and she didn't know what she was getting off into. He said, I've been having a lot of drama about celebrities. I guess that was a lot of dreams about celebrities. Oh, yeah, a lot of choices were made to get her here. But see, a lot of choices she made to stay. So I've been having a lot of dreams about celebrities. I can't wait to do a reading with you. Okay. Um, I'm going to do an update reading on Tyrone Davis Jr., Justice Pedro. Um, all hell is broke loose between the families. Me and Cass did practically like what, a 2.5 hour, almost a 3 hour tap in on Dro, and We were spot on about a lot, but this time I want to tap into the relationship between Lulu, Dro's mom, his best friend Jason, and the sister. Because there's some really interesting energy between Dro's mom and Lulu. And the mom seems to swing like a pendulum. Like she went from fighting for Lulu, taking up for Lulu, to accusing Lulu, to taking up for her again. And then she'd drag her, but it's like she talking about her, but she not talking about her. The mom's energy is very, very wishy-washy. So I want to get into that. You said you had dreams about Trump and Cardi. Oh, Lord. Lord have mercy. I could just imagine. So I got to pick a day. I'm going to let you guys know. I don't know. It depends on how my schedule goes. It might end up being a pop-up, because sometimes with those types of readings, I just pop up and we surprise you. It'll possibly be another panel reading. And y'all know I don't never really warn y'all about panels. I just pop up and it's like, hey. But I really want to look into the other side of the family. I want to look into the conflict between his mom and the Davis family. And it's just so much more going on. Dro is a very, very bright spirit. And once he gets to talking to you, baby, he get to talking and talking and talking. Said, I think Lulu gave her some of that money. They said she took $250,000 from Dro. Um, that's exactly why I want to tap into it, because the mama, she giving me some weird vibes. Said, because they be trying to shut us down. Y'all, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up, because I got to get up in the morning. I have clients tomorrow, and I got a long day. And I got to put content out over on the other channel in between the clients. So happy Valentine's Day in advance to all of y'all, okay? Many blessings to all of you. I love y'all. Y'all be safe. You said she did. She was seeing giving. Well, we gonna tap into it, and I'm gonna do a panel. And when I do panels, we do panels for hours, just like this. But it will solely be on the Justice for Dro energy only. The whole thing will be dedicated to him and pulling these bones out. Oh, many kisses to you, back to you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Hugs, 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 hugs. Y'all be safe and listen. Listen to what I'm telling you. People are going to be very argumentative and angry between now and March. Please do not get out here arguing with these crazy people. People want to fight. It's not just Mercury retrograde, it's that Mars energy as well. Thank you, Amethyst. Many blessings to you. Hold on. God, give it back to her tenfold. Hold on. Wait a minute. I'm trying to. You're going to let me put some love on this one. There we go. Uh-oh. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead, get myself together. Y'all, I got to spiritually cleanse my home, turn down for tonight, and take my butt to bed before I end up on the weird side of YouTube, or possibly rewatching Cross. For those of y'all that don't watch Cross over on, what is that, Prime, Amazon Prime, baby, get into Cross, because that's a fine chocolate man. He all bow-legged and whatnot. Confirmation. Woo! Like I don't even care what he talk about. He just walked through all nice and bow-legged and strong. It's wonderful. But it is a good show. And the first episode, they're really tapping into what's going on right now. And I was thrown off, like, oh, first episode, we coming in like that? Oh, okay. Honey, yes, he is. He's fine, fine. Lord. So until next time, y'all be safe. And I will see y'all soon. Good night, everybody.